Euro Truck. This is where you drive trucks, but in Euro instead of America. I have less than 1,000 euros to my name. My 7-day profit for Lorico Lorico Limited LLC is negative 300 or negative 238 euros. So my trucking's been doing pretty good. What is this? Carlisle to Carlisle. Okay, let's do this one. Let's see. This will be a good way to start. Oh shit, actually in this one I have to be on the other side because of the... I'm blocking the... because the truck is UK, so it's all on the wrong side. There we go. Alright, gotta remember, left side of the road. They drive on the left... Oh, that fucking entry. Oh, left side of the road. Oh god, I already forgot. Why do they drive on the left in the... Why, like... I don't know. I ask this every time I do anything involving driving. And done. Yeah, I'll park it for you. They really needed this ship down the... like... Okay. I guess, like... Cool. Distance driven 1,000 yards. Ooh, I want to do something, like, long. Yeah, like something like this. To Cambridge? I had sneezed. Excuse me. Ooh, this one's using the channel, I'm pretty sure. Okay, but here's the thing. Do I actually get to drive down the channel tunnel, or is it just going to be a loading screen? Because if it's a load... Oh, it does say ferry distance, so yeah, it's not even... Oh, really? I don't get to drive in the channel? Can you? I swear you can. Let me look. Euro Fuck Simulator 2 map. Here we go. Ooh. There is a channel tunnel, but I think it is just a loading screen. Which is, like, really sad because it could have been really fun to drive through the channel. Sure, it might be boring, but you're already playing a trucking simulator. All right. Where was the one? Here we go. Carlisle to Cambridge. 315 miles. Yeah, let's do that one. So let's get the radio. I did just take all the music I put in. Why does it always start with Andy's theme? There we go. Hello, White Mouse. Nice hat, thank you. It's a trucker hat. Not really, but... Is this a sleeper? Is that like a bed or like a weird shelf? That's gotta be a bed, okay. Wait, no, no, no. No, 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 I did it again. Oh, fuck me. This isn't the way out. Oh, no, no, stop. Okay. 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 This is the way out. We drive on the wrong side of the road here. Whoa, just weave into traffic. Don't even check. Doing good. Left side of the road. Okay. We're trucking. Left side, left side. Oh, that's gonna be... Oh, God, that's gonna be a curse. Every time I'm in the UK in this game. Left side, left side. Okay. We're going, we're going. All right, we're good. All right, highway. Turn and we go on to the left side. The left side. And then the speed, like, I don't know, UK roads are so weird. They just, like, turn into highways randomly. Alright. Oh, I'm going way too quick. Oh, oh. What do we even carry? What are we even transporting? Radiators. Okay. This country was not made for cars. Their roads were not made for cars. Like, goddamn, like they're so narrow. Every lane is so narrow. They expect trucks to do 50 miles down a road like this? Everyone in the UK, like, should be dead from motor accidents. Oh. Dude, go. Oh, is that... Okay. There's no way he has a stop sign, right? I feel like that would be like a yield thing, so you don't, like, stop traffic coming off the highway. Are we, like, on the highway for the next little bit? Yeah, we're following the M6 all the way down to Cambridge. Cambridge. Okay. Let's get up to speed. I'm assuming it's keep left on... is it, if you're slow, you keep left in UK highways or roads? I have no idea. Again, the vast majority of the road doesn't drive on this side of the road, so I have no idea how they do anything. Why are we going so slow? Come on, speed up. 60 here. Okay, well, oh, now it's not because it's a fucking construction zone. You're in a truck loaded with heavy metal. At other worries about traffic rule. Oh, that's good. That's good. Just don't read and look at chat. It's almost like there's a bunch of streamers recently that have been have been in horrendous accidents or whatever because they've been looking at their fucking chat while driving. If you're gonna do that, do it in a video game where you can't hurt anyone. Okay. Okay. Back up. Okay, and immediately we're back up to 60, of course. Oh, now we're back. It's stop. Oh, now we're back to 50 because it's in a tunnel. All right, before I start talking about the Fallout TV show, I'm going to bring it up and have it just playing on my end, muted, so I can talk about it as it goes. So the newest episode of the Fallout show was, above all, kind of boring. Which is kind of goes for all the episodes, but this one in particular, it feels so... I don't know. I don't know what... I don't know what the purpose of a lot of the B plots are, but let's. So the episode starts and it cuts to it's pre-war. It's the invasion of Alaska, and it's Walton Goggins is in Alaska, in power armor. They're like looking for a squad or a group of soldiers or whatever that have gone missing, and like his power armor's like broken, starting to break. It's like glitching out. Actually, I don't think I can play this one. This one's copywritten. And he's like, he tells his like one guy to go back to base and he'll be right behind him. And so he's alone now, and he like looks off into the distance. There's like a crashed vertibird, and he sees something, and it's a fucking Deathclaw. And it's like, okay. So it's like, what is the show trying to tell me by having the ghouls see a Deathclaw? I'm not sure. But then he gets attacked by a group of Chinese soldiers. And what I find is really funny is that the show does the thing where... Oh god, I'm not paying attention. The show does the thing where... he takes his mask, like the visor of his helmet, off. Like he flips the visor of the power armor up, and like 5 Chinese soldiers just like unload into him, and none of them like aim for his exposed face. But since his power armor was already like damaged, he ends up getting knocked over, and he's like all bugged out. And they go up to him, and instead of just like shooting him in the face, the Chinese soldier, just like she goes up to him and like speaks in Mandarin to him, even though he doesn't understand it. And then the Deathclaw kills the entire group of Chinese soldiers, and then just like sniffs him and then leaves. It's a very weird scene. I don't know what it's trying to do, other than establish that Walton Goggins has seen a Deathclaw. Pre-war Deathclaw? Yeah. I don't understand. I don't know. I don't know if the Deathclaws were pre-war or not. Again, it's hard to double-check this stuff now because the Bethesda and TV show lore has, like, polluted any of the wikis even more than they were before. So it's hard to be like, if I search up on the wiki and it says, oh, Deathclaws did exist in the pre-war, it's like, is that something that was just, like, made up last week? It's very strange. So yeah, he, like, the Deathclaw goes up to him and like makes like hissing noises and like goes brr, 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 brr. And then he's like terrified. He's terrified because he's like stuck in his power armor and his power armor's all like broken. But then the Deathclaw doesn't do anything after it kills the soldiers. It just like sniffs at him and then leaves. There is the idea they made the Deathclaw to help supply their U.S. Army. God, it feels like, if that's a thing, it feels like as silly as the what's it called, the Jurassic Park movies where they try to weaponize the dinosaurs, or the Alien movies where they try to weaponize the alien. There's not enough info about it. So I just think, again, the scene doesn't, like, I don't know, it does nothing but other than like, oh, Walton Goggins has seen a Deathclaw. It's like, okay, did it have to be pre-war? Was he, like, I don't know. I just do find it funny how they have to have his face exposed for all of that. So then it cuts back to what's his face. It cuts back to Maximus, where he was last episode. He just killed the Commonwealth emissary from the Commonwealth Brotherhood of Steel in the factory with the ghoul guy from the previous season and the kids. And so what Maximus says is that, like, okay, ghoul guy, you have to come with me and pretend to be the guy I just killed, because bad things are going to happen if I go back without him. And it's like, okay. It brings up questions like, wouldn't he, like, immediately be, like, figured out if like, why aren't you taking off your armor and stuff like that? There's also questions of, like, why would you go... Okay, so you left with a vertibird and 2 people and 2 power armor suits, and you come back with only 1 power armor suit. What happened to the other suit of power armor? Like, does nobody question that? Like, you think the Brotherhood would be like, dude, what happened to the other guy in the other power armor suit? You know, those things are, like, expensive, you know? And then so they go outside, and, like, someone else from the Brotherhood has shown up in a vertibird and been like, where have you fucking people been? It's like, they're pissed that you guys took off. Like, what the fuck were you doing? You're gonna be in deep shit. And then he just says, like, our vertibird broke down. And of course, the ghoul guy who is pretending to be the Commonwealth guy is, like, bumbling around. He can't get through the door with the armor on, because Fallout is a comedy show, except when it's not. And then they just, like, leave. We'll get into it when more of the plots start. Like, there is, like, the plots in this show don't make any, like, they don't make any sense, but there also doesn't seem to be any, like, purpose to them. Oh, and they also just leave a vertibird behind. That's just something else they do. Like, the Brotherhood of Steel has gone from being, like, you know, having, like, a hard-on about technology to, like, leaving a suit of power armor and a vertibird behind, and, like, nobody seems to give a shit. It's very strange. So this show has like 4 main plot lines going on at the moment. You've got, like, the A plot is, like, ostensibly Lucy and the ghoul do whatever. The B plot is Maximus and the Brotherhood do whatever. There's a C plot with Lucy's brother and whatever the fuck he's doing, and then there's, like, a D plot in the vault. The only one that seems to have, like, a clear, like, what seems to be a clear goal is Lucy's plot. Lucy's looking for her father, and that's about it. And it's like, okay, he's in Vegas, maybe, or gone towards Vegas, so that's the place that they're going to. Maximus, I, like, have no idea what he's doing. Lucy's brother, when that plot is fucking just complete, like, whatever. And then the plot in the vault is also seemingly, like, I don't know what its purpose is. So, like, oh, there's a funny line where So Lucy wakes up. She's been rescued by the ghoul. Sorry, I'm going to... She wakes up. She's been rescued by the ghoul. They're back at the camp with the 2 remaining people who belong to the NCR in Nevada. And she wakes up, and the one lady from the NCR says, it's like someone decided to burn the New California Republic, right? The line she specifically says is, I'll read it out as a reason. Some asshole saw the first sign of civilization taking shape on the wasteland in over 100 years and chose to burn it all down. The ghoul responds by saying, well, the past is the past. Which to me is like, if I want to read into that the idea that this show is like a humiliation ritual that's specifically designed to destroy everything that isn't Bethesda's Fallout, that's essentially the ghoul who feels like the writer's like OC insert character. That's essentially the ghoul saying, fuck you, deal with it. The NCR is destroyed along with whatever else, and that's how it's going to be. So that's great. And then Lucy gets up and she takes they offer some guns. They're like, oh, we have some guns, and then they like a bunch of cowboy guns. Because I guess they saw that Fallout New Vegas has cowboy guns, and I guess we have to do it. AI to read the wiki and hack writers. I don't even think it's just like AI reading the wiki. I think it's just like they read the wiki and they just like read the first line. They don't go past like the intro paragraph of a page, and they just take whatever image is on like the top of the page of the wiki and they go, that's good. So I'm also pretty sure that, like, barring some complete, like, I don't know, 11th hour change, I don't know if we're ever going to see the Legion or the NCR again in the rest of the season. Because they left the NCR, they leave the NCR camp, and the NCR guys are, like, leaving, and that's that. And, like, the Legion, they don't show up at all in this episode. They were there in the last episode. They had their stupid civil war and all that retarded garbage, and then they just don't show up again in this episode, and I would be surprised if they come back, because, like, they served their purpose to the writers in that, look, it's a reference to New Vegas. Oh, the Legion. Remember the Legion? I remember the Legion. Oh. So then it cuts back to the vault. It goes back to Vault 33, or 32, or whatever the fuck, it doesn't matter. The vault scenes are bizarre to me. The vault is like the worst... Oh, my lights went on. The vault is like the worst scenes. I don't understand that, like, the vault... Like, everyone in the vault seems to be, like, brain damaged. And like... I don't understand why they portray the vault dwellers as, like, mostly dumb or, like, completely incompetent. I just don't get it. Like, the Vault Dwellers have never been portrayed like that. The Vault Dwellers have been portrayed as, like, fairly capable. The ghoul feels like a knockoff of the Black Hat sadist guy from Westworld. Arrogant, self-assured, extremely callous, completely OP. It's okay because he was sad 20 years ago or something. Well, I think he feels like someone's OC character. He feels like, oh, here's my Fallout OC, guys. Like, you could see someone doing this on, like, a Fallout forum, almost as a shitpost. Someone go, here's my Fallout OC. He is from the pre-war. He fought in Alaska. He was a big star. He was the inspiration, actually, for Vault Boy, and did all the Vault Tech advertisements. He's a ghoul, but he's not, like, super ugly. He's really good with guns and can take all the bullets, and he met all these people in the pre-war. He met Mr. House and all these Vault Tech people, and he knew He knows the secret of who started the war, and like it's like, oh my God, you're like, my OC, do not steal, do not steal. So the vault, it cuts to the vault, and they're having like a party. The one guy who's like a moron in the vault, like the biggest moron, they're having like a little party, and so they run out of water from the little water coolers, and he goes to refill them. And it's funny because it cuts to the fact that they're having a water crisis and their plants that they're using are dying, and he has like a bunch of water, and so he has this like pointless chat with the overseer, and the overseer is like, we have like water rationing. Um, you can't be wasting water for your stupid club. And he goes, well, you signed off on it, and it's in our charter for the club, so we need the water. And the overseer kind of just like looks at him and doesn't do anything. And then he goes off to like get more water, despite them like being in a drought. Um, it's very strange. Whoa. And then it cuts back to the. It's like, again, that scene was absolutely pointless. It's establishing what we already know, that everyone in the vault is stupid and they are struggling with water. It cuts back to Lucy and the ghoul, and like they gave Lucy drugs to help her like heal or something, like after being taken back from the Legion. And so she's talking about how like oh, okay, so there we go. He says they gave her buff out, apparently, to help, I don't know, to help her they gave her buff out to make her feel better or like heal. And I don't understand why they gave her buff out. Like it's literally just to have a scene where she's like hankering for like another fix. And so the ghoul is like, well, you can either stop doing drugs and it's gonna suck, or you can take more drugs. And I'm like, why are we having like this as like a scene? I don't understand why they gave her drug. Like, why would they give her buff out? I don't know. Because like buff out gives you more health, like makes your endurance up because it's like steroids. And whatever. Someone just read buff out. Someone looked up a wiki page on the Fallout wiki and saw that there was like drugs as like a thing that can happen. That, oh, characters can do drugs and get addicted, and they decided to put that in for a haha. Oh boy, it's like, I don't know. So much of like Lucy and the Ghoul's plot is just like a bunch of random, like they have a goal. They're like the only plot that ostensibly has like a very clear goal. Oh, find Hank, find her dad. But they just constantly get sidetracked by like bullshit that doesn't do anything. Oh god, and then, oh god, it goes back to the Brotherhood. And so the Brotherhood, it cuts back to Maximus, and Maximus is like talking to that other person he has, like his friend from the Brotherhood. He talks to them and goes like, oh, I killed Xander, the guy from the Commonwealth. I killed him. And so and then, okay, so he says I killed Xander. The other person goes, the Commonwealth are going to kill us all. Maximus goes, unless I can stop it. They ask, how are you going to stop it? When you tell Quintus that you killed the emissary to the Commonwealth, he'll slit your throat himself. And then he says, I have a plan for that, but you have to take the kids and get them somewhere safe. And then he goes, I'm going to kill Quintus. So Maximus killed the emissary from the Commonwealth Brotherhood. His plan to make it stop the Commonwealth from killing all of them is to kill the leader, his own elder. I don't know what the point. What is that going to solve, Maximus? What are you going to do Like, what is killing you? You killed Quinn. Like, I don't know. I just like. I feel like it's like I've watched these episodes and I feel like I haven't because I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm like, am I blacking out and like missing context? I don't know. Oh, and then it cuts to like a completely pointless scene. Oh god, it cuts to Lucy's brother Norm. They've taken a bunch of he's taken a bunch of people from cryosleep from the vault, and they're on the surface, and they're just like in like a ruined street in like LA, and they found like a bunch of old macaroni, and they're just like eating a bunch of macaroni. And then he talks to one of the girls, and the girl is like, oh, you know, I was here like a week ago, and now it's all been nuked. And then some other guy in the group is like, Norm, you know, phase 2, now that we found food, we have to move on to phase 2. And Norm, of course, is like pretending to know that he is pretending to like know what the plan is, and so he's trying to just like lead them along. And this one guy is like, oh, well, you should know that phase 2 is really important, you know? Even I know that phase 2 is really important, and I just was an assistant. And Norm is like trying to like bluff him and keep him straight-faced. And then the scene ends. I literally have no idea what Norm is doing. He escaped, and now he's just like leading these people across the wasteland. But why? What purpose does it, like, again, this plot, it's the C plot, and I have no idea why it's here. Why is Norm doing this? What is his goal? You know, he seems to be doing, it's a common thing with so many of these plots, is that I don't feel like there's any actual, like, feasible goal that these people are working toward. They're just, like, doing things because. And you know what? Like, if one character and one plot line was someone sort of just, like, rolling with the punches and just kind of seeing where it goes, okay. But the fact that there's, like, 3 plot lines that are seemingly just, like, whatever. God, and then, oh god, whenever it cuts to the vault scenes, I kind of just, like, my eyes glaze over. Everything involving the vault is just, like, stupid. So they have, like, one fat idiot who's, like, lost in the vault. And he goes into someone else's house. And it cuts to the 2 overseers talking to each other. Like, out in, like, the secret tunnel that, like, connects the vaults or whatever. They're talking to each other. They're not secret, but the tunnel. So they're talking. And I don't see what the purpose is. They're talking, I don't get it, I don't care. She says, the blonde overseer lady says that she wants, like, a box that belonged to Hank, because then it's important, and then it has something personal in there. I don't know. I don't care. Like, whenever they try to do anything that is, like, their own thing, not even their own, I don't know, like, their stories are so just uninteresting. Ooh. Oh. God, this is touchy. I need to lower the sensitivity or something. The show can't sustain itself for more seasons. Oh, don't worry, they're getting a season 3. They still have things that they can. They still have things that they can plumb the depths of. They can still bring in the Enclave. They can bring in Liberty Prime. They can somehow shoo in the Master and Super Mutants. Somehow the Master returned. Somehow the Enclave returned. Oh, and then it cuts back to the fucking strip, or it cuts back to Lucy and the Ghoul, and they're at like the entrance to the strip. And this is the scene that like was shown, like you saw bits of it in the trailers, where they find the kings, and the kings are all ghoulified. They're all feral ghouls. Because that's like, you know, really cool that just take that entire faction and have them just be nothing. So, if the Master returns, it'll be funny, it'll be hilarious. So, like, the Ghoul is like, oh, we shouldn't go through the feral ghouls, we should go to Freeside to get in. And then, like, he's like, actually, and then Lucy, because she's like on drugs or coming off of drugs or whatever, she's like, no, we should go in this way. We're just gonna walk by the feral ghouls. And then there's like a, I don't know, like a shitty action scene where she shoots all the kings who are feral ghouls. That's the scene. Again, just like taking more iconography from, you know, oh, the kings, remember the kings? And like the writers were probably like, oh, these guys are so silly. Wouldn't it be funny if we turned all these Elvis guys into ghouls and and had our, you know, really cool, awesome protagonists shoot them and just like kill them? You know, and so they have another shitty action scene. Set to fucking like oldies music. I'm so sick. Every time the show plays a music track from like ye old days, I want to like rip my own ears off, because it's just like, oh god, I bet that took restraint to only play 5 fucking tracks in this episode. You know what I mean? I don't know, and like she's like, it's like, I don't know if it's because like Lucy's on drugs or something, but she's like enjoying the combat. Oh, and the very last feral ghoul she shoots I think is supposed to be the king, because he's wearing the white jacket. And so she shoots that ghoul in the back of the head. And that's the kings. Aren't you? People who, like, you know, people who claim to be fans of Fallout, even like New Vegas, and who like the show, didn't you like it when they showed the kings as just like random groups of ghouls? Like a random group of ghouls, and then had their really cool character kill them all? Remember, did you like that? Oh, I'm sure I think I saw earlier one of the shills on Twitter being like, oh, it was the kings, you know? And it's like, I don't know, these people are just like fucking, they'll just eat anything up. Again, the people who are the shills are like, I understand, because like you get access from Bethesda, you make like money off of having, you know, off of just being like, oh, it's all good, everything is good, isn't it great? Oh, a new thing. You see it with everything. It's not just like Fallout. You see it with like every piece of media, where it's like, oh, the new thing like, you know, I'm just gonna, you know, because there's always gonna be people who are like, new thing cool, new thing great, so I'm just gonna like shill it because I'm gonna make money off of it. You know, if I just like release like shitty, easy, positive video, I can, you know, milk that. Midwits and tourists ruling our culture, yeah. So then it cuts back to the fucking Brotherhood of Steel again, and it was a very Brotherhood-heavy episode. And so the guy who's pretending to be... okay, it's so dumb. So the guy is pretending to be the what's it called? He's pretending to be the guy from the Commonwealth who's dead. He's pretending to be that guy. And so he's wearing his power armor and just like not showing his face. And so for some fucking reason, it cuts to him in the cafeteria that they've set up for the Brotherhood of Steel. And he's in his power armor. He's the only one in there in his power armor. And he's got a tray of food. And it's like, am I supposed to believe that this character is brain dead? Because he's the only one wearing power armor. Everyone's like looking at him. He's like fumbling around in it because he doesn't really know how to use it. He's got a tray of food. Does he think he's going to be able to take his mask up and like, or the helmet off and eat the food when he's pretending to be someone he's not? Like, what am I supposed to, what am I supposed to think? Like, everyone is dumb. Everyone is dumb. And like, I'm not sure if like so he's like fumbling around, and then one of the other fucking elders, other elders from one of the other chapters, she shows up and is like, I want to talk to you. You know, I'm the elder from the Yosemite chapter. And then it cuts, and then the one person's taken like the kids and hiding them for some reason, like the kids who are going to be recruits or whatever. And then it cuts, oh god, it cuts to fucking what's his face. It cuts back to Maximus. Maximus goes to kill Quintus. He's got a laser pistol. He goes into the room. It's just him and Quintus. And so he has a little chat, and the chat is essentially like, I killed Xander. I killed the emissary from the Commonwealth. And then he very clearly pulls out a gun, a laser pistol, and Quintus is like, oh, and so now you're going to kill me. You intend to kill me as well. And it's like cutting back and forth between like this scene and the fucking elder talking to the guy who's pretending to be the to the guy who's pretending to be the Commonwealth emissary. And it's just like, and then another guy shows up and they talk to him, and they're like having like this whole fucking thing of like, they're talking to this guy who's not the guy, and I don't know, it's just dumb. It's like, oh god. And then Quintus, and so Maximus tells Quintus, oh, I killed Xander because Xander was going to kill children. And Quintus for a second goes like, oh, that almost feels like reasonable. You know, he kind of go, and then let me find the part. So Maximus also admits that he has no fucking plan. He has no idea what he's doing. I don't have a plan. And which is really funny because it almost feels like the writers writing like, it's so weird. It's almost like meta. It's like accidentally meta. Maximus goes, I don't have a plan. And then he goes, where's the line? I don't choose to do the things I have to do, which is hysterical. It's almost as if like the character himself is like exclaiming how he's just like a tool of the writer. It's almost funny if it's not written by idiots. So he explains to him that Xander was going to kill these kids, but then he explains that they were ghouls, and Quintus immediately goes, Quintus is like, it's so insane. Quintus is like, he was going to kill them, and then I couldn't let him do it. And Quintus goes, abominations! Abominations! They have to be exterminated. Oh! And the old man goes over to his fucking like desk and grabs a pistol and starts shooting. And it's funny because they're just like 10 feet away from each other. Quintus just starts shooting at him, and like, you know, Maximus dives for cover and is just like shooting wildly back, and neither of them hit each other, and what's his face, and Quintus is yelling like, heretic, heretic, heretic. It's fucking insane because he didn't kill. Oh my god. I made a tweet where it's like, it's almost like they've turned the Brotherhood of Steel into like a low rent Space Marine chapter from 40K, except they're all morons. They're all crayon eaters. Oh god. So it cuts back to like the elders in the cafeteria. And what happens is that like the one item, I don't know what, the fucking MacGuffin was like taken by the other person. And so like, oh, the MacGuffin was taken, and the one elder stabs the other elder in the mouth, like through the cheek, and then the third elder shoots at the one, and then it's just all the different Brotherhood are just shooting at each other. And it's like all three, they just start like a gunfight in the cafeteria, and they're just like shooting at each other. It's actually nuts. And so Maximus runs out, he doesn't kill Quintus, and then it's just him and the one dude running in the desert as all of these three Brotherhood chapters just start attacking each other for no reason. And they shoot down one of the blimps, one of the airships crashes into the desert, and they just like run away. And that was the end of the Brotherhood plot for this episode. I genuinely don't know what the fuck I was supposed to get from that. Like, I don't know what Maximus's plan was. I don't think Maximus doesn't have a plan, so it makes him even more of a moron than usual. And then it cuts back to the vault again, which is great. I'm so excited for the vault. There's the evil blonde overseer with the eye patch is talking to like a fat dude, and the fat dude is like saying that he has some sort of thing to report to her. And her husband is in the other room with the baby. And the husband like goes into a drawer. He opens up a drawer randomly, like opens up a drawer. He finds that there's a false bottom in the drawer. And he opens up, okay, and I don't get, so he opens up the false bottom of the drawer and finds an old wallet with okay, I gotta take a what is it? Windows Shift S. Windows Shift S. So he finds his like an old wallet belonging to his wife, and in it is this. It's a United States Annexed Territory card, temporary status ID, status pending Canadian. And it's his wife, the overseer lady with the eye patch. And he like looks at this and he's like shocked. And I don't know what I'm supposed to get from that. Again, I feel like I'm like the look on the dude's face is like he's about to fucking like he's found like as if he's found like a fucking corpse or something. And I don't like I feel like I'm watching these episodes and I feel like I'm missing things. Like what am I supposed to like what is that supposed to mean? But I guess it doesn't fucking matter. And then that scene ends. And the guy looks like, oh no, what? And then, okay, whatever. And then it cuts back to, no, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it, OBS. It cuts back to the Ghoul and Lucy. Everyone's favorite characters, the Ghoul, TM, and Lucy, whatever her name is, TM. And they're in the strip. And the strip still has power. So there's like all the like neon is working. But it's abandoned. There's no one on the strip. And like even Lucy's like, is it supposed to be abandoned? There's supposed to be people here. And the Ghoul's like, yeah, there is. There's supposed to be. Or he goes, uh-huh. And it shows, like, all the things you need. Like, all the... Oh, Gamora. Oh, the tops. Oh, the Ultralux. Of course, none of it is in the right position, but okay. And then there's Lucky 38. And so they go to the strip. And, like, they're like, we should go to Freeside. They'll be able to tell us what's going on. Why the strip is, like, abandoned and covered in junk. And then... what happens is that music tells us that something bad's gonna happen. It even says ominous music playing. Oh, and then Lucy picks up. Lucy being the biggest fucking ditz moron whenever the show finds it appropriate, she picks up half of an eggshell of a Deathclaw egg. And she goes, oh, how big did the chickens get out here? I'm dumb when it's needed. And of course the Ghoul is like, oh... Those aren't chickens. He actually says those aren't chickens. Like, no shit, dude. And you hear a Deathclaw roar, and then, like, from one of the doors of the casinos, I want to say from Gamora. Yeah, from Gamora, out of the Gamora casino, a Deathclaw appears. And it's, like, big and awful looking. And Lucy's like, okie dokie, and then the episode ends and I want to die. Um, I just, like, I don't know. I don't know. I just, like, it. They just, like, it's just whatever. It's just whatever the fuck they want. They don't actually care about making anything sensical. Like, that's the thing, is not only do they not care about, like, Fallout lore and, like, making something work in universe, they don't even care about, they don't even care about making, like, their own story make sense. It's literally just, like, whatever is cool or neat or, like, they think will be, like, I don't know, like, an interesting, not even interesting, like, a visual, like, thing. Oh, there's a Deathclaw, you know? And, like, the entire first part of what's-his-face in Alaska, that's only there to set up that the ghoul has seen a Deathclaw before in Alaska, before the war. Like, that's all that's there for. And I don't get what they like, what is so interesting about this. Ah, it, it's, it, it honestly, it's boring. It's very boring is the thing. It's a very boring show when it's not, like, just, like, tearing shit up. You know, it's like the show has two flavors: boring or, like, destructive to Fallout as a series. And there's really no, like, middle ground. What a what an awful show. You know, you know, you can say whatever, skin suit or you know, face mask, but it does feel like it. It feels like these shows are, this show in particular is just, um it's like, okay, we're gonna make our own shitty story, um and then just use, like, a bunch of Fallout shit, and that's it. How disappointing. Oh, oh my god, right. Sorry, I just looking at Twitter again quickly. Do you remember that game that was announced at the end of the Game Awards that everyone made fun of because it looked like it was, like, 5 years too late? It was like, it's like another team-based character action PvP multiplayer thing made by the people who were in, made by, like, the Titanfall devs or whatever. And everyone made fun of it. That was the last thing announced at the Game Awards. It's supposed to come out in 3 weeks, and there has been nothing else about it on social media. They have literally not posted a single thing since the Game Awards. Hi shit? Yes, Half-Life 3, yep. High Guard. Like, this shit looks like it would have slapped in 2020. No, it wouldn't. Let me see, is there anything about this on the internet? High Guard on Steam. Yeah, it's supposed to come out on the 26th. Imagine spending 7 figures potentially to get your ad shown as the finale of what's his faces of the Doritos Popes Game Awards, and it just like, and immediately getting like dunked on. Like everyone laughed at them. Everyone was like, "What the fuck was that?" Oh, here we go. I want to do this. This one's going through Dover. Or the Channel. This is the Channel. Game served to crack some jokes. You know what it is? It's like... Is it just another case of like... Oh shit, what was it? I just lost it. Fuck. Here we go. Cambridge to Brussels. You know what it is? It's a case of like, Oh, it's a small truck too. Kind of. It's a case of like game development taking like a while, and I think like them being too like, oh, this game was like, we gotta online multiplayer PvP hero shooter. They're fucking huge. You know, it's 2021. We need to, what's it called? We need to have something like that. Make it go. And you know, it takes like 3-4 years to make the game, and then that entire sort of thing, like you're trend chasing, forgetting that you're in an industry where it takes sometimes several years to make, you know, a game. Oh wait, we can turn right on lefts in the UK, right? We can turn left on rights, reds. Oh my god, I'm so confused. What? I think the Half-Life 3 jokes were really good. Yeah, I put like one song from the Ace Combat soundtrack in this playlist for some reason. It's all, I had it available for some reason. I love this track, and I actually love this mission. I know some people think it's fucking annoying. I love it. I love it that because it's annoying. It's fun, and I also like the second part. I like chasing the nuclear missiles. That shit is so fucking cool. It's the one where you have to use the laser designator to what's it called? To destroy the silos, and there's the fake silos. And it's annoying because if you don't nail it head on, you can just you have to do a second hit. You have to expose. If you get a dead on hit, you destroy the silo. But if you miss by a little bit, you'll break the essentially like the armor, the bunker buster. Yeah, you'll essentially shatter the bunker. And you'll have to then hit it with a regular missile to actually detonate. Oh fuck! Oh, we're fine. We're fine. Woo, woo, trucking. And then the second phase of the mission is the missiles are launched from the missiles are launched from like underwater hidden missile sites, and you have to chase them. up into the, like, they're going up into the air, and you have to chase them and shoot them down before they get too high into the atmosphere, and it's just so fucking satisfying, like just gunning the your jet to as fast as it can go, chasing these missiles and then firing at them, and then just boom, big explosion as you kind of peel out. Oh, very satisfying. This is a do we fuel up now, or we'll fuel up later? We'll fuel up before we leave the UK. Whoa! I can't stay straight for the life of me. Talking about guns, I do hope they fix the gun pod reticle in the next game. I don't even know what that means. I would not say I'm a Jesus Christ. Gotta go, have a good stream. Thank you, White Mouse, have a good night. Why is everyone who watches my stream from the other side of the planet? No one in my time zone. Wait, where are we going? Are we supposed to be in the other lane? We're going... Yeah, we are. We're going... Okay. Felixstowe. Jesus Christ, this fucking dude. Holy shit. But wait, how come this road's going to London, but the other road was also going to London? Alright. I look forward to seeing over the next day how more people picking over the newest episode of the show, the Fallout show, because like you watch it and then you go, wow, that sucked, and then people point out things, little things that slip by, or they even point out things you noticed, and they bringing out how much worse they were than you even thought. You go, oh, that was bad, and then they point out something, and you go, oh, that was worse. But it's also going to be fun. It's also fun in the coming days after the show, like the new episode comes out, of like people going like, that shit was so good. I loved the part where something dumb happened. You know, or it is so funny. And again, it happens in everything. You see it in Star Wars. You see it in Fallout. In every fucking series. It's funny because it's like they're like made fun of as like a meme, but they actually exist. The people who literally just see a thing and they like it. Like they go, oh, I recognize that thing. That's a thing from the games. That's a thing from the previous movies. That's a character I recognize. That's an item I recognize. You know, oh look, a lightsaber. Oh look, a red lightsaber. Oh look, Luke Skywalker showed up, you know. And that's it. Like that's as far as it goes for them. Oh look, the king showed up in the latest episode of Fallout. Oh look, a Deathclaw. Oh look, fighting the Chinese in Anchorage in Alaska. Like that in and of itself is like, oh, that means that's good, that's cool. It doesn't matter how it was implemented. or if it made any fucking sense. It's the fact that it exists, and like that it's like a thing that they know. You know, and it's crazy to think that there are people out there who are like, yeah, that was good. You know, I saw the thing. You know, like, and like, you know, and again, it's so weird because especially with the Fallout show, they fucking like, it's often so funny because there will often be people who it is they'll show the thing, and it's so like disrespectful and or destructive to that thing, it completely like shits on it, tears it apart, completely like trashes it. But they go like, and they seem to be oblivious to that. You know, like they don't realize, like you do realize like they just like, that was like a waste. They just like threw that into the garbage essentially. You know, and they seem to not realize that. Like they're like, HEI. The true fan is already theorizing how many years it will take for people to start them. Yeah, that's the shit. Years, sometimes it only takes months, you know, depending on the thing. But there is these things that are like so aggressively, you know, I guess like almost protected. There is a case of like, there's like a shelf life to them. You're right. There's a shelf life where eventually it, like, once the hype has died down, once the excitement, once the honeymoon phase has ended, and it can be weeks, months, maybe years, there's you know, eventually it comes to the point where like they go, yeah, you're right, it was bad actually. Oh, I'm gonna come across, you know, and it's like, well, you know, maybe if you weren't so excited to like hop on the fucking bandwagon of something new, you could have come to that conclusion like ages ago when what's it called, when like everyone else did, and it would have spared us having to like, you know, just like going through this whole thing of like, oh, it's great and you're dumb. The Halo community, yeah, it's the same thing where it's like eventually it comes to the point where it's like, oh, maybe those were bad. But you know what else is funny about that though? Is that sometimes the same thing happens again in reverse, where thing comes out, like there's the pattern. Thing comes out, lots of hype, lots of excitement. People are unwilling to critically examine the quality of whatever it is. There is eventually a shelf life that expires, and people will go, you know what? That entry in the series, it actually wasn't very good. You know, I agree. Yeah, they start to turn around. Yeah, it wasn't very good. But then give it a couple more years, and then the same thing will happen again in reverse. They'll go, you know what? That entry in the series that people said wasn't very good, it actually was really good. Or it was almost really good. Or it's better than people give it credit for. And like you've seen it recently with Fallout 4. Like, you know, shit like Emil going out and saying how his game Fallout 4 offers the most replay value out of the entire series. You know, or there was like a tweet that went that got very popular where like saying something like, oh, Fallout 4, people didn't like Fallout 4 because it was almost a good game. Like there was like potential greatness in Fallout 4. And that's the reason why people didn't like it, is because it was almost good. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking? What is this like revisionism? This like fucking like revisionist history where it's like, actually, you know, all those complaints that people had about Fallout 4 being bad, no, it was actually because it was almost good. It was almost a good game. And it's like, no, it wasn't a good game. It was never a good game. It always had significant issues. It's just that people didn't want to acknowledge that because they liked it too much and they were caught up in the hype. You know? Either they were fans of just like newest thing, they were Bethesda fans and they just don't like criticizing Bethesda games. It's like, you know, so I think that's one of the reasons why why criticism is like evergreen is because there are people who are going to like pretend that like all that stuff, like all like, oh no, it wasn't actually bad, or no, it was better than you thought, or no, actually the criticism wasn't correct. No, you're wrong. Because of Starfield, that could be it. That is a thing. That is a common occurrence of like of you know, of thinking that the previous yeah, Fallout 4 wasn't so bad, bro. Yeah. And you know, it's weird because it's like you don't have to do that. You don't have to like go back to like the last entry or the previous thing that the company or whoever made and start to reconsider it just because the newest entry is bad. Like they can both be bad at the same time. You know, like both Fallout 4 and Starfield can be bad at the same time, and like it doesn't mean that like one is particularly better. You know, it's like they're both just bad. That's it. They're both bad. I might have to do some streams of Starfield. I wanna be able to more accurately complain about that game. People are afraid to let go for some reason. They need to play Dead Money. They need to play Dead Money. They need to learn to let go. If I didn't like a game, I'd just not talk about it or play it. There's a whole like, I don't know, the whole like issue with any sort of like criticism is always it's I don't know. People are like, there's a lot of just like issues with trying to do criticism. Am I supposed to? Oh, okay, right. Channel tunnel. The channel. Oh, we're channeling. Oh, we're channeling. He thinks that this place would be like more. How do you fucking? How does this work? Truck. Okay. Oh, this is how I thought. Oh, trucks don't drive. You get onto the. Oops. Oh shit. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. It's just a loading screen. Boo. How the fuck do we get out of here? So wait, do cars not go through the tunnel, the channel? Is it only trains? I honestly thought it was a car tunnel. What? Really? Channel, tunnel, cars? Oh. That sucks. Okay, so you go into like a special train in your car and you stay in your car for the drive or for the ride. How much does it cost? Oh my lord. 59 pounds. Okay, I genuinely thought you could just drive your car through the tunnel. I didn't know it was like a train tunnel. The tunnel is much less interesting to me now. Hmm. All right, well, now color me informed. I think this is, what is this track that's playing? I think this is like XCOM. XCOM 2 Tactical Legacy DLC has amazing music. No, I need to pop my chat up. Thank you. Oh, we're good. Oh, now back to Advance Wars music. Oh god, we drive. Oh fuck! We drive on the right here. Oh, this is confusing. Because we're in Franche now. Trailer damage 1%. What? Oh, I don't know. I was trying to read that sign and then I remembered it's in French, so I can't read it. Why is the speed limit 56? I have never seen a speed limit that isn't like a round number. Or like an even number. Well, maybe that's not true. Not like a that isn't like a multiple of 5. No. Oh god, we're so fucking slow. What was I saying earlier before I ended up in the channel? I'm considering maybe doing... I don't know. I don't know if it would be worth it or if it would just be extremely boring. Doing a little bit of Starfield streaming just to see, like... I've played a little bit of Starfield back when it first came out. I played for less than 2 hours and I went, I'm good. I don't know if it would be worth, like, an examination of, like... I think Fallout 4 was bad. I think that's pretty clear. I'm curious how similar how similar Starfield is in design. And I think I would have to give it a couple more hours and sort of a bit more of a critical look. Just as like sort of like sate my curiosity of like how much how did they change from Fallout 4, or have they just continued down the same path? boring to play as Starborn. Why did they like? Why did they call them the Starborn when like they already had a game? I know it's been a while, but like they already had a game where the protagonist is the you know, X-born. Why would you make it Starborn again? Like born again? Like wouldn't you? I don't know, the Star Chosen, the Star Fallen. I don't know, the Star, you know, whatever. Emil is a yeah. It's interesting. Like a lot of, I feel like Emil is like if Emil is like a first draft writer, he doesn't. I don't think he like redrafts anything he writes. That's what I get from like Fallout 4. Is that he seems to get. It's something that like I think anyone who's ever written any sort of fiction, even like just a little bit on their own, you kind of get this thing where you get really excited when you write something, where you come up with ideas for characters and plot and events and like a world, and you get really, really excited about it because you're like, you like this shit, you're invested in what you want to create, and your first draft of it is going to be like really rough because that's the point. It's going to be flawed. You're going to change it. You're going to think that like, oh, maybe this would be better like this, maybe it would be better like this. And you're supposed to have it get, you know, more refined over every single draft. But like Emil feels like a guy who's like, I have all these really cool, I want to make this in this a story. There's going to be this event, and then this is going to happen, and this faction's going to be a thing. And he just wants to put them in there, but he doesn't actually want to develop them past the surface level. He just gets too excited about like, oh, I want to, you know, just have these things, you know. And so that's why you have so many things in, for example, Fallout 4 that feel so half-baked, surface level, because it's a first draft, and then that was it, and he went with the first draft. You know, oh, like, why is the Institute so confusing and feeling like, why are they so underwritten? Why did we never get, like, an explanation about what their plan is or their goals are? Because there was no plan or goals written. That was as far as Emil decided to write. He wrote, the Institute is making robot people, and they have an underground bunker, and that's it. And it causes issues because as soon as the game, you know, one of the first things you want to know as the player is like, okay, well, why are you doing this? And the game never tells you because there is no answer, because they never wrote an answer. You know, why does the railroad feel so, like, why do they feel so surface level too? Why are they so obsessed with synths? And like so devoted, and it's like, well, we never really know because they're just supposed to be like a foil or a counter to the Institute. Why are the Minutemen? Why are the Minutemen like a thing at all? And it's like, well, it doesn't matter because as the idea went, oh, we just crossed the border. The idea went, we want to add a group that is like a militia. Oh, what if we name them the Minutemen because they're in Boston, and we gave them, like, you know, made them wear like tricorns, and you know, they kind of like a laser musket because they, you know, like the old Minutemen did, and that's it. That's as far as the thought went. Like anything else about the faction was never considered. That's so surface level. Emil doesn't take his job seriously. You can't write a good faction if you don't take the setting seriously. Well, that's why I'd like to. It's one of the reasons why I'd like to try more Starfield. Is to he thinks Fallout is Borderlands or something. Yeah, they do think that Bethesda does seem to think that Fallout is like Borderlands or Mad Max, when it's not. I think it's a weird thing where they think that like they look at Fallout, oh, post-apocalyptic, and then that's it. They don't actually like, so they see other series that are post-apocalyptic, and they're like, oh, they're interchangeable. You know, oh, Borderlands is post-apocalyptic, kind of. It's kind of post-apocalyptic. You know, Mad Max is post-apocalyptic. You know, and they just like look at that and they go, yeah, we could put that into Fallout. It's the same thing. Which, again, it's interesting. It's one of the reasons why I'd be interested to try more of Starfield is because I'd like to see, this is your IP. This is your new universe that you have created, that ML is like one of the heads behind essentially the whole world. It's something that I think he would take seriously. How poor is it? You know, in terms of quality. Because again, I've only played like 2 hours. I got to the Explorers Guild, whatever the fuck they're called, and I stopped playing. You know, and I've seen bits and pieces over the years, but you know, you got to get your hands on it. So that might be coming. If there's soy rage on what I might know what you're talking about. Is it the one? Was it just like the one where it's like people were like complaining about Starfield and he like spurged out about it, or going way too fast? Yeah, okay. I've seen bits of that. Well, I think the reason why he probably got so upset about that is, again, Starfield was his chance to be like, okay, you have a near blank canvas. Like, you are literally doing like, you know, it's a Bethesda game in space. Like, that was pretty much the only thing that you were burdened with. Otherwise, you had probably near unlimited freedom to imagine your own universe and the game around it. And you ended up creating Starfield, which is like notoriously like bland and bad. And I think it shows like it's something that like everyone has known for years with Bethesda, is that they coast off of stuff that they didn't make. Oh, fuck. Like, they coast off of stuff they didn't make. They just, like, is it F for the wiper blades? What is it for the wiper blades? Shit. Either, like, 15 comments complaining about people judging his work. Saying shit like, you can't perceive how hard it is to work on creative. Is he trying to... Is he trying to... Oh, I put my hazards on. Whoops. Oh, no. Is he trying to, like, labor theory of value video games with that? I don't know, like, it doesn't matter how much effort you put into something if the effort creates garbage. Because, like, if you know, it's one of those things where it's like, if you, again, food analogies. Food analogies are amazing because everyone can understand them, because everyone needs to eat food, and everyone eats food, and everyone knows when they're served bad food and when they're not served bad food. You have someone who spends 2 hours making a dinner, and it's terrible. It's terrible and terrible and terrible. The food is undercooked, overcooked, it's burnt, it's raw, it's all the things. It's shit. Every part of the meal is garbage. It's terrible. It's the worst meal you've ever had. If the chef comes out and says, you can't complain, I worked so hard on it, it doesn't matter. What you produced matters, not the effort you put into it. In the same way that, like, someone who's, let's say, an expert at baking, let's say there's an expert baker, and they've baked, like, they know it, and like they're given a recipe, and they can do it real quick because they've made it before, or they're very experienced, and so it's something that they can bang, they can like do it flawlessly, and it turns out great. And then an amateur comes out, and they don't bake very much, they haven't baked this before, it's a very complex recipe, and they create something and it turns out poor, but they spent more time working on it. It doesn't matter. Yeah, and that's another thing too. Is like, we're not, like, you guys are not like, Emil, you're not, it wouldn't be a defense anyway, but Emil, you're not making games out of like the goodness of your heart. You're not like making these like, you know, as like charity. You are making garbage and then you are charging people for it. You know, and you know that. Like, that's not like, it's not like you're like, oh, woe is me, my product is, or my item is being productized, you know, commercialized, whatever. No, you know you're making a video game to sell to people for money. You know, like, you can't, like... Ugh. Just like, whatever. Whatever. You hack. You fucking hack. Oh boy. Where are those? Emil Pag. Twitter rant. Oh wow, that's actually something that comes out. Oh, here we go. People, oh my lord. Oh my lord. Oh god, it's so much worse. You know what? I've seen this before, but you're right. Like, it's so much worse. Like, I understand the frustration of making sense out of this guy. Like it looks like it looks like Bethesda shills are like him, thick-headed retards. Well, it's like, it's one of those things where it's like these people are not fans of like specific games, or they're fans of just like Bethesda. They're like, they like Bethesda, you know, so they're not critical of it. Here we go. I'm actually gonna, let's read these. These will be fun. Oh god, these are funny. How many of these are there? Holy shit. Okay, we'll read these. 1 second. Let me get these up. It's embarrassing. It's fine to be a fan, not a shell. So, here's Emil's spurging out over people complaining about Starfield. I should save these for later, if I need them. So, newsflash: people on the internet are mean. Funny how disconnected some players are from the realities of game development, and yet they speak with complete authority. I mean, I guess I can guess what it takes to make a Hostess Twinkie, but I don't work in the factory, so what the hell do I know? Not a lot. Emil, you brain dead moron. Like, it doesn't matter. If the Twinkie is filled with diarrhea, it's bad. You can't just go, oh, well, I don't know how to make a Twinkie. No one cares how hard you worked. It's about the product you delivered. Part of me gets it really when you're a consumer and spend money on things. That gives you the right to complain about those things. Correct. That should be where it ends. I spend a lot of money on video games every year, and sometimes it takes a lot for me to not scream into the internet's collective consciousness. I don't complain about games on social media for two reasons. I know how hard it is to make a game, and I have too much respect for my fellow devs, and two, I work at a game studio and it'd be uncool and unprofessional for me to do it. But sometimes I want to, oh boy. Okay, my question is like, what kind of fucking attitude is that? Like, where it's like, I don't know, it's so fucking strange, like, you do realize that, like, that says more about, like, a fucked up culture of, like, oh, I don't want to step on anyone's toes. Ooh, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings if they make a bad game. Internet is a wild west, blah, blah, blah. When I was writing game reviews for Adrenaline Vault forever ago, I was absolutely the person who would say whatever I wanted to about a game, good or bad. Sometimes the good was over-enthusiastically too good, and sometimes the bad was me being a sarcastic asshat. But through that time, I actually had no inkling what game development was actually like, how hard designers, programmers, artists, and producers, and everyone else worked, the struggle to bring a vision to life, with the constantly shifting resources, the stress. Okay, Emil. Next time you go to a restaurant and they burn your steak, or they undercook it, or they overcook it, or the chicken is raw, or the pasta is mushy, don't complain, because you don't know how hard it is to be a chef. You don't know how hard it is to work in a kitchen. And oh, there's so many orders coming in and it's so hard and the prep takes all this time. Oh, so eat the uncooked chicken. Eat it. Shut up and eat it, because you know, like, you don't know how hard it is to be a chef. Oh, wait, suddenly that argument doesn't work. Oh, okay. Oh, right. Got it. Oh boy, what's the next ones? This isn't me complaining about my job. Oh, really? I experience all these things and will again. It's the nature of AAA design or development. I also have a great position, and I'm still gainfully employed after 21 years. I know, it's a miracle. Fuck, God, what, you know, what fucking providence is watching over Emil? Nobody sets out to make a bad game. Most devs are incredibly talented, even if the game they release isn't up to par. Now, here's the thing. Nobody sets out to make a bad game. Probably mostly true unless you're doing a shitpost. Most game devs are incredibly talented. I would argue no, they are not. If you, and here's the thing, if you consistently release games that are not up to par, I start to wonder if you are not good at game development. Again, food analogies. If the chef keeps fucking up orders, he keeps overcooking steaks, he keeps undercooking the chicken, he keeps, cooking the pasta too long, he fucks up all this shit and consistently does it, he's not a good chef. Video game development is a series of concessions and tough decisions. There's a perfect game you can want to make, and there's the game you can make. Sometimes if God smile upon you, the two are very close. See, the thing is that, like, what do you say to someone who's like, here's the thing. I realize that games are hard to make. I realize that anything is hard to make. It's hard to make a game. It's hard to make a movie. It's hard to write a book. It's hard to film a TV show. Like, I realize that people put time and effort into it. That doesn't change anything about my opinion of the actual product itself. Because it doesn't matter. Shuffled around, he complains a bit more. Team, blah, blah, blah. Some folks doing the work, writing, blah, blah, blah. You can dislike parts of the game. You can hate on a game entirely, but don't fool yourself into thinking you know why it... Don't fool yourself into thinking you know why it is the way that it is unless someone has somehow documented and verified or how it got to be that way, good or bad. See, the thing is, Emil, I might not know for certain, but I can make educated guesses based on the way the game was turned out. You know what I mean? Like, I can guess, I can, like, make an assumption or like make a logical leap from how a game turned out, you know, to how it was made in certain ways, like what actually happened. But also, ultimately, I don't care because it's bad. I don't care what happened in the kitchen to make my steak come out overcooked. I don't give a shit. You fucked up. I asked for a rare steak and you gave it to me well done and it's burnt. Like what do you, like what do I why would I give a shit? Like if you know, if the chef comes out and goes, "Oh, we were having so much I don't care. I don't care. I paid for a steak to get it a rare steak and you fucked it up." Like what the end of story. That's it. And there's more. Oh no, I brought the same pages up twice, my bad. There is more, but there's a couple. Chances are, unless you made a game yourself, you don't know who made certain decisions, who did specific work, how many people are actually available to do that work, any time challenges faced, or how you have to overcome the technology itself. This one is huge. I don't care, Emil. It doesn't matter. Also, I don't know who made certain decisions. That is correct. But the thing is that games often have people who are higher ranking. They have someone who is a director or a producer, and they usually the buck stops with management. So Emil, if you say that you are like one of the lead designers for a game like Starfield, I'm going to put a lot of blame on you because you have the word lead in your title. No, the game you're playing is in some ways a freaking miracle. See, the thing is that like, not every like it's like, oh, the game is a miracle, it's a mess, and then, oh, sometimes it's crazy that it comes together. Emil, that might be the way that you have experienced game design at Bethesda, but like, there's probably a lot of game studios who are like, yeah, we made the game and it's done, and that's it. And like, there were hiccups and things that like fucked up, but like, you know, it wasn't like a fucking train wreck like you describe it as if like everything is just like the worst. Oh, I love video games. My favorite part of video games. What? Is when devs cry. Enjoy the slop. Oh, you don't know how hard I worked on the slop, guys. It's funny because like even the thread that I found those pictures on was from Reddit, the Starfield Reddit, and even the people there were like, Emil's writing is bad. By the way, Emil can't write. It's the truth though. He can't. Wiper. P. Wipers are P. I gotta go to the other side now because now I'm blocking the nav because we're in a left-hand drive car because we're no longer in Britbong land. Oh fuck! This is an electric truck. Oh my god! Oh god! Oh my god! It's so fucking fast. Oh shit, did I turn the wrong way? I did. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I went the wrong way. How am I gonna get out of here? Okay. Oh! No, stop! Stop it! Oh, okay. Okay, we're good. Okay. Imagine being someone inside the building and just like looking out your window and seeing that nonsense. Oh, Jesus Christ. How does shifting in an electric vehicle even work? People have been literally explaining it through video commentaries for ages now? Yes. Like, how does... what is... like, do the gears even matter? How does this work? Like, I barely understand how to shift in a combustion engine. What the fuck am I doing here? Like, I don't... what is... because it's not an RPM thing, obviously. What is the right instrument on the instrument cluster? Like, what is that supposed to be? I don't know what that's... what is that? Euro Truck Simulator 2 electric truck. How to shift. Show results with electric. I need to know. Electric truck. How do I drive this? Nobody knows. Nobody plays this game. Because, like, this is great. It's so much faster than the other trucks. I don't know what that other meter... do I have to upshift? Like, that bar just goes up as I hit the accelerator. I don't know. I don't know how... I've never driven an electric car. What are we shipping today? Used plastics. Oh, exciting. I hope... oh, I didn't just... I hope Fallout 5 will be a truth nuke of a generation. The next Fallout... or the next Elder... well, the Fallout's coming out before the Elder Scrolls, probably. But, like, I think every Bethesda game... shit, you could say, like, every game in, like, a series is, like, is, like, a truth nuke for, like, a portion of the fan base. There's gonna be people who will... there's gonna be people, like, Fallout 5 will come out. It will be potentially worse than, like... if it's not worse than 4, it will be, like, just as bad as 4. And there will be people who will complain about it. Or who will not even, like, pay attention to it at all. And think it's fine, despite it being the same. But there will be a portion of people who like wake up and they go, oh shit, like I get it now. Ultra, is this an Ultra Kill? This has to be an Ultra Kill track. Oh, it's a Cyber Grind. I'm like, I know I recognize this. yeah, there's gonna be people who are like, you know, everything, but there's always gonna be people who like. See, the thing is that there's going to be a bunch of people, and that's the thing I think what happened with Fallout 4. And you could have said the same thing going as far back as Skyrim. There are people who their first game, people whose first game in like the Fallout series or in the Elder Scrolls series was like Skyrim or Fallout 4. So the first Fallout game they've played, maybe even the first Bethesda game they've ever played, is Fallout 4, and so that's to them like the greatest shit. That's like the most amazing thing. You know, that's what they judge everything on. Same with Skyrim, and it's interesting. There's a lot of people, especially like younger people growing up nowadays with games, who it's like, to them, if like a game doesn't look good, if like they will never go back and play an older game because of like the graphics. They'll go, oh, that game looks old, so I can't play it. Like, oh, it's so crusty, I can't play it. Like you saw it last year with the Oblivion remake, where there was so many people who were like, oh, I can't wait to start. Oh, thank you for following. Hello. There's so many people who are like, I can't wait to play Oblivion for the first time ever. And it's like, you do realize that like Oblivion was out for like over a decade. You could have played it at any time. And a lot of those people, it's because of the visuals. It was just like, oh, I can't play the old crusty game. It's insane. I don't understand that logic of like, old game look old, therefore I can't play it. It's so bizarre because like I don't even understand that mindset, because I went back and played before Fallout 3 came out. I was excited and hyped for Fallout 3, and before it came out, or I went and I played Fallout 1. I went back and I played Fallout 1. And you know what? I think Fallout 1 looks nice. It's an old game. Yeah, it was one of those things where I was probably 13, but it was like, I know that this is like an old game, and it looks like this, and that there was still like a charm and a style to it, and it wasn't like, it didn't like faze me of like, oh, this game like looks old. Like, it's like, whatever, it's an old game. Saw one of those named creatures saying Fallout 3 in New Vegas would be better compared to Fallout 4 if it had the UE5, the slop filter. Like it's just, where's the meme where it's like the old versus new, and it's just like bloom and everything's all brown and blurry and just. Well, trust us, guys, it's awesome. It looks so good. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna overtake this truck. I'm sure I won't regret this. Here I go. Oh, fuck. What did I expect? I'm Gen Z, so I had very few opportunities to play all the games until I got a good PC, so I never bothered with graphics. I guess it's one of those things where it's like I grew up where seeing like games become more and more realistic, and so it was just like you know, I grew up playing on like Nintendo 64 and the PlayStation, and then later the PlayStation 2, and then later the original Xbox and stuff like that. So I saw games like change, and so it's like the fact that like older games looked old was like completely fine to me. But like, it's weird too, because like there's some of these people who are like so like graphics focused, graphics brained. It gets to the point where even something like, even something like stylized is bad. Something like, so there are people out there who won't play something that is like pixel graphics. They won't play something that has like, let's say, like exaggerated graphics, or something that has like anime graphics. or something that looks like even something like hand drawn and animated like Silk Song. They think that like is not as good or not as like impressive, or like they think it's worse than something that is trying to aim for realism. There's like this weird pervasive thing where they think something that is not like like every game should be aiming for realism, which is it's really weird because it's like I don't know, like anything that's not aiming for realism is like not as good or like bad, like, you know, like back, like, you know, when the Game Award, the games stuff was happening. I remember it's mostly the mindset of casual people. I fucking hope. One of the things I saw were people like arguing art design between specifically Silk Song and Expedition 33, and a lot of people were like shitting on Silk Song because it's like, oh, it's 2D graphic. It's like, so what? It's two-dimensional. Like Expedition 33 is a 3D world. Like, it's so much like more impressive. And I'm like, what? As if like 3D games are new, you know, and that, oh, it was just so weird because like Silk Song is fucking beautiful. Silk Song or Expedition 33 wouldn't have half of its success if it wasn't for Unreal Engine. Not trying to, you know what? I feel like there's so many people who, a lot of the people, my crazy theory is that if Expedition 33 was exactly the same, but the characters looked like anime style instead of trying to aim for like realistic people, it would be nowhere near as popular and nowhere near as loved. I feel like a lot of people's like of that game is very shallow. That if the characters looked more similar to my VTuber than they did to like realistic humans, a lot of the same people who think it's like the greatest game ever would consider it like beneath them. Because like that's how pervasive that is. It's just like, oh, game has good graphic aiming for realism, therefore good. Yeah, like if it looked like Persona, or if it looked like Metaphor, you know, like people wouldn't like. I feel like a lot of the same people would just be like, it's a very shallow like sort of thing where it's, you know, and if, like I'm saying, like everything else was the same, the story, the performances, the gameplay. Granted, I haven't played it, so I've heard that it's very good, but you know, it's like if all of it was the same thing, all of the same things that these people will say that they think is like the greatest things about it, I feel like if that one thing was changed, they wouldn't like it as much. And, you know, argument could be like, oh, well, you know, the game was changed. Oh, where are we going? Oh, did I go the right way? Okay, I did. Oh, fuck. Oh, no, we can make it. We can make it. Oh, fuck. Oh, Jesus. Oh, it's a good thing that would be a wreck. I only saw some gameplays. I hate how I didn't particularly like the way the game looked. I didn't like the it had that Unreal kind of look that it just like too much like particle effects, and like just like post processing. Didn't like it. I knew it, not to like, I'm not gonna shit on the game because I haven't played too much of it, or not played too much of it. I haven't seen too much of it and haven't played it. It's one of those games where I know I wouldn't finish it. I would get like a third of the way through that game and I wouldn't finish it, so I didn't bother. It also seems like, I don't know, like from what I saw from like the story stuff, I feel like it falls into the category of media that I jokingly call depression core. It's like where it's like it's just like human misery, and I'm like, I don't want to play that. That was a fun transition of music from that Ultra Kill track to this fucking Advance Wars track. Oh. I don't know, I hate this engine. So many games, like, you know what it is? So many games on Unreal look bad, but I think worse than, like, the awful post-processing effects that seem to cloud them all up, is that they run like shit a lot of the times. Another thing is that a lot of times they also seem to they seem to depending on the game, some of them have been getting better, is that a lot of Unreal games will have all these effects, and sometimes it'll be either difficult or impossible to turn them off. Like, you'll have all these, like, you know, particle effects, motion blur, chromatic aberration, all that sort of stuff, and it will make things look so awful to the point where you might actually, like, physically be able to not play it because it's so distracting. And a lot of times you won't be able to shut that off or shut it off easily. You sometimes have to do edits to the, like, INI or whatever, or you know, some sort of engine file edit where it's like, God, just let me turn it off. Motion blur. Oh, I don't mind, like, a little bit of motion blur. Like, if it's very subtle, I'm not particularly peeved. But, like, a lot of times, like, you turn on a game for the first time, and you turn on a game for the first time and you look in the settings and it's like motion blur high. You know, motion blur high to the point where it's like you're spinning your head. Like, just, it's like the equivalent of motion blur if you just, like, shake your head from side to side, like, as fast as you can. Like, that kind of motion blur, and it's like, this is nauseating. Hmm. Ooh, train. That wasn't a red light, fuck you. That was a yellow light. Everyone knows that it's illegal to speed through a yellow light. What is this? It's like the, whoa. It's like a photo opportunity. Can I, like, take a picture of it? How does this work? Photo. How do I photo? Oh shit, I just fucked up my just fucked up my nav. Reset navigation. Reset navigate. There we go. Okay. How do I photo this? Photo. Dusseldorf Dome. Yo, it's the dome in Dusseldorf. With my truck? Yeah, look at this. Now we're trucking. Beautiful. How many of those are there? They're like a bunch of landmarks? There's a... That's a... There and there. Oh, you can take photo of all the things. You can go to all the landmarks. There's a bunch in Berlin. Still haven't gone to Longdon yet. Oh, we'll go back to London soon enough, but it will be in Fallout. Oh god. Fallout London, also known as boring. I've also decided in my quest to play everything that's related to Fallout. Not really. I'm probably going to give a go at playing Fallout the Frontier eventually. I need to see more of that. I need to know... Has that changed? Has that gotten any better? What are you... Did I miss the Fallout show rant? Kind of. The entire stream is sort of just like... Every once in a while complaining about Fallout. Did you see the episode? It was dumb. It was kind of... It was probably the most boring. Ugh. I followed the mass outrage and Steam claim insurgents. Might be fun to try it like 6 years later. Look at Fallout the Frontier. Is it bad? Yes, I know it's still bad. Time isn't going to make it a better game. I want to try to fix the mod. See, the thing is that mod is like fundamentally fucked. Again, like a huge overhaul. Well, did they remove the entirety of the NCR campaign? Because if not, then do you like playing Call of Duty? Would you, for some reason, do you want to play Call of Duty in Fallout? Well, then you should try playing Fallout the Frontier. For some reason, decided to turn Fallout into a Call of Duty campaign. No, we're not really sure why. But vehicles. But vehicles, but my gunplay, but settlement building. I want to go Switzerland, but I don't want to have to drive 500 kilometers. Duisburg to Berlin. Like nothing. These ones are so long. But my survival mode. It's so weird because like I've had comments saying, "Oh, survival mode makes it better," but then I've also had comments saying survival mode makes it worse, or survival mode is the same. So I don't know what to believe. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that survival mode does not fundamentally change enough about Fallout 4's combat for me to consider it better or good. That's kind of my opinion. It wasn't the difficulty that made Fallout 4's story or combat bad. There was other issues with it. Dealing more damage or taking less damage or whatever the fuck, you know, that sort of stuff isn't gonna, like, that's not gonna change it. Adding more stuff to manage, oh, you can't save except at beds, oh, you have to deal with hunger and shit, isn't gonna make it better. See, and that's another, yeah, I'm like, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, I understand the argument against fast travel and making a game from the ground up without fast travel, but you take a game like these Bethesda Fallouts and a lot of the newer Elder Scrolls games, and where they're made around the fact that the player can fast travel from location to location, and so taking out that fast travel just makes it awful, because there's really nothing to, like, explore. You know, like, if I have to go from, like, you know, Diamond City to, like, the bottom of the map or something, and then go all the way back, it's like, what, like, it's not doing anything. Like, it's like, what is that adding to my experience other than just, like, walking through a fairly bland environment? It tweaks, like, damage multipliers. It removes fast travel. It adds, like, you have to drink food. You have to eat food and drink water. You can get, like, diseases, things like that. And it's just like, I don't think that that's going to change enough about the game for me to go, wow, this is, like, good now. Yeah, because, like, the thing is that it wasn't, like, again, it wasn't the difficulty that made combat bad in Fallout 4. It was the fact that, like, you never grow, in terms of your character seems to get any better. You never seem to what I was gonna say, you never really seem to see, the AI is bad. That's a good one. The AI is dumb. The environments, something I didn't really touch on as much, is that the environments are bad. Like, you don't really have good level design for shooters, you know? Let's do something small and hope something better comes up. Okay. Huge empty worlds, yeah. Well, that was, like, the thing for so long, was, like, make a big empty world. Like, make a big world, like, the world being big, it doesn't matter if there's, like, nothing to do in it, it doesn't matter, it's, you have a big world. You know, or like, the Ubisoft approach for so long was, make a big empty world and then just fill it with, like, 8,000 collectibles, which don't matter. It's like, oh, you want to collect all the potatoes across the planet, right? Go collect all the potatoes. They're really fun. We driving. Oh, look, a tram. It's a tram. It's a streetcar tram. I don't know. Is there a difference between a tram and a streetcar? Where are we? Are we in We're in Germany, right? Yes. Can you not turn right on reds in Germany? Why? Turn right, dude. You're turning right. It's a red. Just go. Survival. Another red light. Jesus Christ. You can't just turn right on a red? What even is that? What do you mean? Is that not something you're allowed? I don't know. In Canada, you can turn right on a red light. If you stop at a red light and you want to turn right at that light, you can do so as long as it's like clear. Ugh. Like, for example, doing this is perfectly legal in Canada. Oh, and then my light's about to change. If I stopped there and I wanted to turn right, if I stopped and made sure it was safe, I could turn right there legally. It's red means full stop no matter what if you want to change directions and not least in the European country. But like, so like if it's a red light, it means full stop here. But if you want to then change, so you have to stop at a red, but then you can turn right on that red as long as it's safe. That's not a thing? I didn't know that. I thought that was, is that like only a North American thing? So why the hell is everyone who shows up to my stream European? It's so late where you guys are. Why is no one in my time zone here? Or in like anywhere else? There's 3 time zones, or well, more, but like, Never heard of it as legal, although I've encouraged people to do it. Okay. Turning right on a red is like perfectly acceptable here as long as you do stop and it's safe. Shit, do I have to be in the other lane? No, I don't. It's 1 a.m. Like, that's what I mean. Why is everyone... God darn it. There's... Because it's only like 8 here. It's 8 p.m. It's in the afternoon, or evening. Oh, fuck. Am I tipping? Am I tipping? Oh my god. Okay. Zoo. It said zoo. Shit. fine. We managed to keep on the right where we're good. Oh, that was dumb. Listen, these European highways are weird. They're confusing. The Autobahn stretches with no speed limit, but the thing is that like, is that only for cars? Because that's the thing. It's not for cars. Because like, is it like, oh, speed limit only if you're in a vehicle like a car, not like a truck? Like, are they really gonna let me in a big truck hauling a bunch of fucking wooden spools go like 150? Because if so, that would be fucking awesome. Volvo. Oh, fuck. Where are we going? Amsterdam. Amsterdam. Well, I find it funny how in the Euro Truck Simulator, you can drive across like 5 countries in like one trip. And then in like the American Truck Simulator, you can spend like the same amount of time and never leave one state. What I'm trying to say is that European countries are small. They are very tiny. Top Gear segment, I noticed it's filled with trucks precisely because no speed limit might have been changed. Yeah, the game might be like a gameplay mechanic. Like, oh, you have to be careful. You have to mind your speed. Here we go to Amsterdam. Whoa. Country's small, local church is older than your country by 300 years. That is how time works, yes. Oh shit, this is like a fucking turn. Holy crap. What is playing? A lot more peaceful musics in Ultra Kill than I remember. Here we go, it's good. It's just funny because there's a lot of times where it's like someone from Europe will come over and they'll be like, oh yeah, they'll land in, like, I live in Canada, they'll land in Toronto and they'll be like, yeah, we're gonna drive to fucking Vancouver. And it's like, that's really funny. that's really funny. Unfinished graphics or unloaded graphics. Vancouver is like several thousand kilometers away from Toronto, and so it's funny when someone thinks they're gonna drive in like a day. That's like a 3-day drive, 4-day drive. It's cute. Oh, this fucking track is so good. God, this is gonna make me want to play an XCOM playthrough. Maybe. Get like a nice, fill up find like a mod list. Just like download everything off the workshop and do an XCOM 2 playthrough for like 3 months. Whoa. One more. I want to listen to that one again. That one's so fucking good. The music in the XCOM Tactical Legacy DLC. It's like remixes and stuff that's inspired by tracks from the older XCOMs. It's so good. High-ass tempo soundtrack in a dad's game. Millennial-ass music in the Boomer game. This game actually hurts my wrist. Oh, steering with the mouse you have to do like a lot of micro movements. It's like a fucking way to get to carpal tunnel. Oh, this part, right? Like, ah. Ah. Ooh, so good. Keyboard and mouse, Madman. I don't have a wheel. You think I have a fucking steering wheel? I'm not actually like a granddad boomer. I'm not someone's uncle, you know, playing this. This is the one game I play. I own all the DLC. I do not have. It's surprisingly like a decent way to play once you get used to it. You control the steering wheel. You control the steering wheel with the mouse, so you turn your mouse to each direction and you just turn the wheel. It's actually very, very good for precise control. You accelerate, decelerate with W and S, and you shift gears up and down with control and shift. It's just a sequential, so control goes down a gear, shift goes up a gear. It's surprisingly good. Another one from the XCOM soundtrack. You're not a trucker that comes home to play in Truck Simulator and your hyper-realistic truck sim made from an actual truck. I mentioned it, I think, last time I was playing this, where I saw someone on Twitter It wasn't for Truck Simulator, but it was for Elite Dangerous, the spaceship game, the space game. And they had like a whole setup with like 3 monitors, like the joystick, as well as like a whole hydraulic rigged, like motorized platform that would spin and like it would turn, it would go like up and down and everything. And he was like strapped into like a chair. And the clip from Twitter was like him saying it's like this kind of rig is totally worth it. Even if you spend like 4 hours a week playing this game, it's totally worth getting this kind of rig. And it's like, it was just really funny because it's like, that's like $2,500 worth of like stuff probably. And it's like, even if you play less than like half an hour a day, it's worth like getting this. It's funny. It's like, no, dude, I don't think it actually is worth it. And then there were other people, yeah, 5K rig to fit into your shoebox apartment, yeah. Other people were also clowning on him that he went through all of that shit, and he doesn't even have a VR headset for it. And people were saying it's like, even like Elite Dangerous with just like a VR headset would probably be a better experience than that. It's weird. Why you go through your whole thing to get like a whole fucking hydraulically actuated platform that spins you around, but you don't spend like another couple $100 to buy, I don't know, like a fucking, you know, you buy one of those airplane training sims. I don't know. Here we are. Another on-time delivery. Nice little park. And we're good. They're so stingy on the XP. Also stingy on the money. Like, come on, guys. I'm not borrowing. Truck dealers. Can I go to a truck dealer? Mercedes-Benz. I don't know. I don't like European trucks. I don't like the weird sort of like flat-faced truck. I like the North American style of truck better. These ones just look weird. Lorry, sorry, I know that the Brits say lorry. Like these all look the same. This one's got like wings. What is this? Mercedes-Benz new Actros Gigaspace. Gigaspace. It's like everything becomes like taller. I don't know what the fuck that. You get an extra set of wheels. Amsterdam. Chocolate from Dusseldorf to Hamburg. Beef. Is it like beef or is it cows? It's got to be. No, it's not beef. It's not cows. It's beef. It's beef. Used car batteries. Well, you should be delivering these used car batteries to the ocean so you can recharge the electric eels. Always make sure to throw a car battery into the ocean every day. Oh, hello, Billy. Long time no see. And off he goes, probably. He comes in, he takes the jacket off of my tuber, and then leaves. Scary times on... Yeah, I know. That's my entire... Everyone who watches this stream, they don't live anywhere near me. And off he goes. Canned iced coffee from Manchester to Groningen? Groningen? That's not a real place. They made that up. Beans. Coconut milk from Dusseldorf to Paris. Amsterdam to Nuremberg. Oh, we can have some trials down there. Dresden. Oh, Dusseldorf to Dresden. Oh yeah, Wolfenstein's gonna get a TV show too. I saw that. Holy shit. I can't fucking believe it. God, that one's gonna be like... Oh, the politics are gonna be so annoying. Because you know whoever they get to write it, they can't help themselves. They're just gonna compare whoever they don't like politically nowadays to the Nazis. That's all it's gonna be. And it's just gonna be them having like a revenge fantasy about like murdering the people they don't like politically. It's just a case of like, well, you know, oh, Fallout show did well. Any of our other properties could be made into something? I don't know. I don't even know how you can do Wolf. Like, I don't know. It's gonna be like, it's gonna be again basic stuff, just murder, gore. The Wolfenstein reboot died with the second game, so I don't care. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't play the new whatever the second one was called. The new whatever. The new me. There's like nothing. I want to be like. I want to do more stuff in Austria. I was just far away though. I heard that like it wasn't great. The second Wolfenstein reboot, whatever it was called, didn't particularly care. I thought like the New Order was fine. Was that like that was like around the same time as the Doom 20 wait, right? Are those contemporaneous or am I making that up? Doom was 2016. Wolfenstein: The New Order was 2014. I think that's what I think eventually just I came to me liking Doom 2016 more than The New Order. Like if I was going to replay those games, I'd be replaying Sorry, looking at Twitter again. The Doom adaptation again. Oh, the third time's the charm. You want a hot take for tonight? Here's my hot take. I like Doom 2016 significantly more than Eternal. I think it's better than Eternal. Oops, I crashed into someone. Sorry about that. Not a hot take? Oh, some people would say it is. A lot of people would say it's a hot take. I think a lot of people like Eternal more. I did not like how they I did not like how they changed the formula in Eternal. I found it to be a tedious formula. I did not like having to constantly switch and be out of ammo. I found that to be just annoying. The way I always explain it with a toolbox analogy, I feel like Doom 2016 gave you a toolbox of like things to deal with enemies and said, here you go, use them as you wish. And then I feel like Doom Eternal did the opposite, where it said, here is a toolbox of tools, and you have to use the right tool for every situation. Like, there was a particular, like, thing that was, like, 100% the way to, like, the better choice than another one in terms of, like, defeating an enemy. Like, I always think of, like, you know, sniping the Revenant's cannons. Or like using a grenade on a Cacodemon. You know, and the constant thing of having to use like the flamethrower to get the armor and stuff like that. I just felt like I much preferred like, here you go, you have an arsenal of weapons. You have a machine gun and you have a big cannon and you have a shotgun, and you have a double-barreled shotgun, you have the different attachments. Use whichever one you want. You know, I also liked, you know, if I wanted to play through that entire game using the super shotgun, using the plasma rifle, I could do it. Sure, was it the best way to do it? No, probably not. But I could if I really wanted to. Didn't like the lore. I also didn't particularly care for, like, them, like, having, like, you know, it's like having so much. It's funny because, like, I didn't want more, like, lore. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want lore for this stuff. I didn't want all these, like, cutscenes and all these, like, yeah, the weird sort of, like, fantasy, alien, sci-fi kind of stuff is like, I don't know. I just miss when it was like, you shoot demons from hell. That's it. Demons are bad, you shoot them because they're evil, and they kill people. Simple. Demons are that. Whoa there, big hit. It'll probably hard reset it again. Yeah, I heard that the Dark Ages was not as well received, like both commercially and critically, compared to Eternal. They will probably give it another go. It's going to be a soft reboot. A soft boot reboot. Reboot, soft reboot. Where are we going? Liège. I'm surprised they haven't tried to do like another Quake. Because they resurrected Wolfenstein and that lasted a couple entries. They've done Doom and that lasted a couple entries. I'm surprised they haven't tried for a Quake yet. Oh, fuck. Why did everyone stop like that? What the fuck? Oh, this is so making me want to play XCOM. Shit. I'll add it to the list. There might be an XCOM stream eventually. Oh, I'll do an XCOM stream. Name soldiers after chatters. Have them die horribly. Wait, I'm in an electric truck. Do I have to like find a specific like electric charging station? Because some of these, like, it doesn't look like these petrol stations have. Oh god. As long as you get to like, miss the most easy shot at an enemy. Insert the classic picture from XCOM 2 of a soldier aiming the gun at an enemy, and the gun is like clipping through the alien's face, and it's still like I think like only like a 95% shot to hit or chance to hit. Oh Jesus Christ! Drive slower. It's Europe. This is what Europe looks like. This is where all the World War II movies took place. I love Europe. It's the setting for my favorite Call of Duty games. narrow lanes. Oh my god. They're redoing the roads. The lanes are narrow enough as is. Oh my god. Does Europe know how to make highways? Why are the lanes are so narrow? My country, but it actually looks a lot like you see on this highway. Where are we? Where are we again? Belgium, right? We have a nice little screen there. Look at that. You don't drive SUVs. Most of our roads are pre-2000s. I think it's like a case of like, you have to build highways and roads probably over top existing roads that were hundreds of years old. Where in North America, it's like we could just... Sure, there were old roads, but there's also a lot more room in general, and also there's a lot of areas where it's like, yeah, just lay down a fucking highway. Why not? There's nothing here. Aeroporta. We're almost out of juice. We got 27%, 26% left on the battery. Okay, we're almost there though. Get in the other lane. That's what I'm wondering. I don't know if you actually have to find like a charging station, because I don't think you can just stop at the gas stations like a normal car, or a normal like a diesel truck. An internal combustion engine. Oh fuck! This is quite an off-ramp. Fucking European off-ramps are like, these on-ramps and off-ramps are just so fucking weird. They're so much different than how, like, or like these weird, like these are rare. These weird sort of like, I don't know, like off-ramp into like a thing like this. Oh. Stalled the car again. Why are you fucking... Oh my god, it's sensing the fucking guardrail and being like, careful, there's something in your blind spot. Driving like this is so fucking... This is awful. Take the turn slow. No. You... I like how all these cars, none of the like random cars have they don't have like markings on them, but I can clearly tell that they're like one of those things was clearly a Mazda. I know what you did, devs. Legally distinct Mazda, legally distinct Beamer, legally distinct Tesla. shit. Boom. Energy consumed, 444 kilowatt hours. Wow. More accurate driver right there. It does give you the sense of being a driver and having to deal with people in cars. I love driving, it's just a shame for all the drivers. Huh. Alright. Well, that was fun. Is it only Central Europe plus UK? Do you want to see the full map of Euro Truck Simulator 2 if you have all the DLCs? What I have here, this is what's available in the vanilla game. I just bought the game, just the base game itself. This is what you get alone. You get England, Wales, Scotland, parts of France, Belgium, the Netherlands, Germany, Switzerland, Northern Italy, a little bit of Poland, Czech Republic, a little bit of Slovakia, Austria, and that's it. Here, let me pull up the full. So if you get the full, if you buy all 85,000 DLCs, you get. Let me bring it up on screen. Whoops, I just made OBS go full screen by accident. You get this. You get all of this. If you buy all 800 billion DLCs. So you can buy the rest of France. You can buy Spain, Portugal with one DLC, that's Iberia. You get Italy. You get Italy and Sardinia for the Italia one. And you get Corsica and the Vive la France. You get, in going east, you have the Czech Republic, Slovakia, the rest of Poland, Hungary. Then you got the Balkans you get all of former Yugoslavia, as well as Albania, Macedonia. You have one for Bulgaria and the western part of Turkey. You have a DLC for Greece, all of Romania. You can get all the Baltic states here. Beyond the Baltic Sea, you get the Baltic states. You get bits of western Russia here, and the little Kaliningrad Oblast. And then there's a whole DLC there's two actually. I can't believe they actually split up. You have Scandinavia, which has like southern Sweden, Norway, and Denmark. And then also then there's the Nordic Horizons, which is new, which gives you all of the northern parts of the Scandinavian states. And then there's an upcoming expansion for more Russia, an upcoming expansion for Ireland, and apparently an upcoming expansion for Iceland. So you can have pretty much all of Western Europe and almost all of Eastern Europe. The only part that's neglected would be like the northern tip of Scotland and the coast there. Ukraine, Belarus, the rest of Turkey. But who knows? This game came out in 2012, so they've been like consistently adding stuff to it. The price for the DLCs must be insane. Let's look. Steam my hams. DLC for Euro Truck Simulator 2. There is, because it's not just, they sell a lot of other DLC that isn't just, they sell extra trucks and like other shit and like the other pieces of stuff you can get on like paint jobs and stuff like that. Oh, that's another thing. They're adding coaches. You can drive like coach buses eventually. That's something else they're adding, where you can be like driving people from place to place on a coach bus and picking people up and stuff. Which that actually might be kind of fun to play. Um, but if you want the total price of all current DLCs with no sale price, it would come up to here. Let's put it in. Well, close enough. Welcome back, Crazy Taxi. Let's put it in money that isn't fake money. So let's do Canadian to USD. So if you want every single DLC for Euro Truck Simulator, it would come up to $324 USD. So, yeah. Similarly, I also have American Truck Simulator, and American Truck Simulator is essentially similar in that it has $260 American of different DLC. So yeah. Train Sim is way worse? Oh my god. That's still pretty that's like Paradox level bad. Like how much is like I can't actually say Stellaris. I own most of the DLC for Stellaris, so it's not gonna show up. I'd have to if I go Stellaris. Let's do it on the browser window. How much is all Stellaris DLC? Holy shit, Paradox. I didn't know it was that bad. It's $411 of American for all the Stellaris DLC. Jesus. Train Simulator? What is it called? Train Sim World? Is that the one? Oh my god. Holy, what the fuck? Well, Star Citizen is essentially like a multi-level marketing scam at this point. Train Sim World 6. If you want all the DLC for Train Sim World 6, it's $3,382 American. Why? What do you get? What is available? It's like everything. Wales, fucking like every Manchester airport commuter, West Midlands, New Jersey, Cardiff, London, Metrolink, a bunch of places I can't even pronounce, West Coast Main Line, San Bernardino Line, Los Angeles, Edinburgh, fucking Christ, East Coast, Main Line, Birmingham, oh my god, London Underground, more underground stuff. What the fuck? Canadian National Oakville Subdivision Hamilton Oakville route? What? I've lived near there. That's just insane. Once you have the autist niche cornered, it's an infinite money. It's like it in the ye old days. It was like actually making like a model train. Nowadays, it's getting DLC to make a train to drive a train. That's just fucking crazy. Yes, but if you want to spend several $100s, you could truck across pretty much the entirety of Europe if you buy all the DLCs. You could go from like the tip of like you could go eventually from like Iceland to the fucking the heel of Italy, or all the way down to like Greece. You could go all the way down to fucking Crete. Or all the way to fucking what's it called? To like fucking the fucking western part of Turkey. Damn, it's kind of cool. I could see this being fun, like doing like a long haul. Train Simulator Classic has I think $10,000 worth of DLC. Why? This fucking people talking about loot boxes and stuff, microtransactions. That's the real shit right there. People got to put laws for. My God. Pet food, empty pallets, roof tiles, wood shaving, rice. What's the longest drive you got? Oh, Jesus. Oh, well, I think actually that was good. 3 hours, got 3 hours. Didn't expect to do that much. More, that was Euro Truck Sim. It's like American Truck Sim, like I played, but in Europe, which is this apparently real continent on the other side of the ocean. I'm still not 100% sure if that's real, but this is kind of fun still too.